I'm Abara. I'm an emerging historian with Heritage Toronto, and these are the skyscrapers of the TD Centre. They were the first mid-century modern buildings in downtown Toronto and have been iconic landmarks since they opened in 1967. On the 54th floor is TD's executive level. It's a time capsule of the late 1960s, almost perfectly maintained. Usually, it's closed to the public, but today I've been invited to take a look inside. Hi, I'm Ori.
Hi, I'm Dora. Nice to meet you, Ori.
Nice to meet you.
I help out with construction here at the Toronto Dominion Centre on behalf of Cadillac Fairview. Welcome to the Toronto Dominion Bank Tower.
Happy to be here.
So the TD Bank complex was designed by one of the most influential architects of the 20th century, Mies van der Rohe. At the time of the tower's construction in 1967, it was the tallest building in the Commonwealth. There was nothing else like it in the city. It was the first tower constructed of glass and steel, and it changed the city's skyline forever. We are going to the 54th floor, where the TD Bank has carefully conserved it in order to be true to Mies' vision.
Let's do it.
Welcome to the 54th floor. We're in the reception area where board members, executives, and guests would have entered the space. It's essentially the same as it was in 1967 when it opened. The oak panels, the furnishings, the floor. One of my favorite things about this area is the travertine floor.
Wow.
It's the same stone that you would have seen on the ground floor walls. All of the stone comes from a quarry just outside of Rome, Italy, and was shipped to Canada and assembled on the floor so that the veining runs in one continuous direction for almost 150 feet.
That's incredible.
Please have a look at the rest of the floor.
I will.
Hi, Ori. How are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Great. My name's Graham Mitchell. I'm the manager of executive dining and event services at the bank. Welcome to the boardroom.
What a gorgeous table.
It's not so bad. It's actually 36 feet long. They came up on the side of the building in 5 different pieces, and the reason for that is it wouldn't fit in the elevator. Once it came through the windows, before they were put in, lowered onto the pad, hasn't moved since, simply because I can't lift it. The interesting thing about the table is the wood from it is all from a single tree, and that tree is from the Mountbatten estate in the UK. So
Wow.
it's got some historical significance as well.
I think what strikes me the most about this space is the lack of tech.
Well, interesting thing, we have to sort of basically beholden to two masters, the history of the space, but also the utility of the space. So we've come up with some creative solutions. So you see the hinges here on the bifold door. If I open that, there's a large screen there that you can use to project content to your meeting at the table.
Yeah.
And when it's over, you can close it up. You can hide it again. In fact, there's another piece of tech that's just over here that's kind of interesting, which is we use this when the board is in session. So the board sits down at the table, and we're able to seal them in with this original door. Rationale behind that is that way what's confidential stays confidential. But when you're in the room and you need to get out of the room, how do you get out?
Yep.
Mies thought of everything. It's just as simple as pushing the door, and just like that, you're on to the next space.
Just like that.
Hi, Ori.
Hi.
I'm Chris Bateman from Heritage Toronto, and welcome to the Lambert Room. This space was originally the home of TD chairman Alan Lambert, and it's now a really great place to see the architectural battle that TD Centre inspired.
Interesting.
So out the window here, you've got this great big silver building. This is Commerce Court West, and it was one of the first skyscrapers built after TD Centre by CIBC. When it was finished, it was just 26 feet taller than this building. So the next of the big banks to react was the Bank of Montreal. They put up this huge skyscraper out, you can see out the window here. It's called First Canadian Place. And when it was finished, it was the tallest skyscraper in Canada. And it held that record for about 50 years. So all of these towers had their own little observation decks as well. So Bank of Montreal had one, TD had one, and that's where they housed their Inuit art collection.
Wow, I didn't know TD had an art collection.
Actually has an amazing art collection. That's a really great segue. I'm going to send you down the hallway here to meet Amy, who's going to tell you all about it.
Hi, Ori. How are you?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm great, thanks. My name's Amy Korchinski. I'm TD Bank's archivist and corporate historian.
Great. I'm excited to hear about TD's art collection.
Let's take a seat and talk about the collection a bit more. So TD has a remarkable collection of Indigenous and contemporary Canadian artwork. Over 6,000 works in the collection now.
Wow.
Architect Mies strongly recommended to the bank that the executives purchase works of international significance when looking to fill these buildings as they reach completion. However, Chairman and CEO Alan Lambert took a really bold stance that the bank would only collect work by Canadian artists. So a couple of the superstar works on this floor are this Riopelle behind us from 1952 called Composition, and also Claude Toussaint's Playing Around with a Gong. But I'm most thrilled to see women artists represented on this floor for the first time ever. There is a Deanna Bowen on display for the first time ever, as well as works by Françoise Sullivan and Rita Lentendre, both of whom were contemporaries of Riopelle.
So does TD ever open up its art collection for public viewing?
Absolutely. The TD Gallery of Indigenous Art is open in TD's South Tower at 79 Wellington Street every day. The bank has collected works of Inuit art since 1965, when they started putting together a collection of over 800 sculptures to gift Canadians in the centennial year.
Wow, that's amazing.
And so it's always had a mandate to be on public display, so you can visit it today, and before you go, you can download the gallery brochure and a digital tour from TD's website.
I'll have to do that. I'll have to check it out.
So that's the 54th floor in a nutshell. I really hope you enjoyed your visit.
I did. I've always admired the towers from the street, so it's been really great to be able to experience a piece of Toronto's modern history up close.